Why are you being a? What is this? Is it? It's a leopard. Is it a what?
I don't know.
This
What
is
is
a cheetah.
Aki, thank you so much kwa wale ambao wana invest on us. Thank you for investing on us kwa sababu mambo hapa ni vulai.
Mambo ni
deadly. Umeamua tufanye mambo yetu ndio kudonjo, ndio sasa tunaingia sasa.
That's why you guys look up mature. You've seen white for the longest time.
Yes.
Hey, and then those maroon, but we love those outfits.
Yes.
We still have them here. So thank you so much for supporting us.
So nice.
And this podcast, thank you so much for sending incentives. Thank you so much for giving us ideas.
Yeah.
And today we have rompers.
Rompers, yani ulisema hii inaitwaje kwa ile lugha yenyu?
It's called I poo poo how, because how do you
I poo poo how?
Like, hey,
yes, how do you poo poo how?
It's called a PL Nadi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
nice. It's so nice.
Yeah.
So many spots.
So guys,
can you spot me?
I talk enjoy by day. I'll be here alone in
how do you do this step?
I'll be here alone in my next episode. So guys, listen. Babe.
Okay.
Ataenda nje by the way. Ashuke. So this today, we're going to talk about some of the good questions you're supposed to ask on your first date. Now, we had questions that came in from everyone. Lots of people, we had these questions come through our social media and people that we are interacting with. And they wanted us to let them know, are there like some questions we can ask on our first date? What are some of these questions? So we're going to be sampling these questions, dissect them, and break them down with you guys so that you can understand. Is it a good question to ask on your first date? Is it like a bad one? Should we do a second date to ask these questions? Thank you. Yeah, so those are the ones that we're going to deal with today.
Yeah, and the questions that you need to avoid. There are some questions that you need to ask on your fourth date, sixth date, 10th date. There are some questions that you don't need to ask on the first date.
No, but what if I want that answer on the first date so that I know whether I'm going to give you a third or a fourth or sixth?
But it can be a turn off. You know, there are some questions that when you ask on the first date, uliniuliza swali gani on the first date?
Mimi nilikwambia, by the way, what are your ideas on how to treat a girl? Remember when I told you that mi sipendi uchungu kwa mwili? Like,
exactly. So you see, those are some of the things that if at all you would ask me a question like I think we are going to sample some of these questions zenye watu wameuliza so that we know which are the best questions in accordance to us, the Meloist. Did we introduce ourselves?
Oh, yeah.
My name is Papsi, by the way.
And my name is Siwai Violinist.
Yes, and we are the Meloist.
Yes.
Welcome to Bed and
Breakfast Podcast.
Asante sana.
We have lots of them. Like 15.
We have 15 questions.
Yes.
Coming from different people. 15 people gave us 15 questions. So we're going to ask and then we're going to give our perspective.
Yeah.
But if you agree and you, there are some things that you might not agree with us, please let's interact on the comment section.
I'm the one who's going to start.
Okay, please.
There's this question. What matters to you? Is this like a good question? Are you able to dissect, like, on a first date? Is it okay to ask what matters to you?
What matters to you is yeah, it's a good question. But again, it depends with the perspective that you want me to bring out. For instance, what matters to me is probably family.
Okay.
Yeah, having family or putting my finances in order, having quality time with the people that I love. You know, these are some of the things that probably matters to me. And I think when you ask that question, there are some things that you provoke in this person that you want to get, you want to see what are his or her priorities. Yeah, priorities. Zake ni gani. Yeah.
I think also your vision and idea could
Exactly.
come in play here.
Yes.
Like what matters to you. Like for me, I know you. What matters to you is how children and how they're handled and their perspective.
Yes.
So on that first date, I'll get to know Patsy loves children.
Yeah.
I'll get to know Patsy loves what is this? Patsy just loves how people are well treated.
Yeah.
And I'll get to know that at that area of your life, I'm being part of someone's life. I'm going to be seeing children around him, and I need to be okay with that. And if I'm not okay with that, I'm okay to say, for me, children kidogo, kidogo wananikwaza. I don't have the energy. I'm not saying that's who I am, but you're able to like clearly bring it out and say, I have this limit with kids. I have this limit with this kind of vision that you have.
Yeah.
I may be ready to work on it, or I may not be ready to work on it. So just really putting it on the table, like what matters to you. Let the other person know what kind of things in life drive you up.
Yeah, your priorities.
Yes,
yeah. So I think
that's a good question to ask on day one.
That's a good question.
It's a calm one.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah. Question number 2. What made you interested in going out with me?
I think that's a good question to ask. Like, what is it that made you approach me?
Yeah.
From a distance. From a distance, you saw me, Patsy. What was that made you? What was that? What was the question?
What made you interested in going out?
Because that's the one thing that would pull you to that person. That's the one thing that would attract you and want you to date that person. It's really important for you to put it out there so that this individual can clearly say, mimi nilikupenda jia. If it's nyash, aseme tu vizuri, it's nyash. It's your looks. Ama aseme, I liked you because I love your personality and I want to do life with you. I think that's a good question. I mean, we are dating, so there's a reason why you want us to date. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, and also I think when you are having this date, and of course munaongea, date should not be like more of like an interview.
Yeah,
it shouldn't put somebody on spot. Like for me, this question of ndio hii tumeanza, chakula imeletwa, so what made you interested in going out with me?
No, but
I think it is too harsh. I don't think if it should be the right question to ask on your first date. Probably maybe on the second date. Ama wakati yenye mumemaliza. You are taking me home.
No, I think that's a good question, guys, because mtu anafaa kwambia kwa nini amekulike. Niambie tu, let's have a conversation. I'm not saying put someone on the corner. It's just have a conversation. It's a calm one. Do hata mtu feel sweet, like, hey, why do you like me? It's a warm one. But don't usinyonge mtu ati, hey, why
for me, I feel that question puts someone on spot and inamfanya na kuwa uncomfortable.
No, maybe let's rephrase.
And especially for a dude like me, when you come and tell me, okay, so Patsy, what made you interested in going out with me?
No, see at even when you
make someone tense,
or it is the intonation and then the kind of words.
So
but
can
at
you
the
say
end of the day, babe,
assume
you have to let me know why you want to date me. Niambie tu. Tell me maybe kitu kama what you like about me. Yeah. Anyway, tell us guys down there. How do we phrase it? How do you phrase that question?
Which brings me to the third question.
I was the one to ask the third question.
Okay.
So I'll ask you, it's connected.
Which brings me to the third question. What are you looking for?
Hey, I like that one.
What are you looking for?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for? I think that's a very good question because ukiuliza mtu hivyo anafaa kwambie, I'm looking for a life partner. Remember when we started dating? for us, we knew we were looking for life partners. So kama mtu is not looking for life partner, atakwambia, hey, I want this to be casual. And I know people who are in open relationships. I want this to be casual. And they're okay. Yeah. So at this point, you're able to know, am I open to the idea of having an open relationship?
Okay, me, I don't like those situationships.
And we're not.
I don't think if it is something that we endorse.
I know, but those are the questions.
But yes, those are some of the things that people
they're going through.
Ask. And there are people that are, okay, fine, we are going to write a contract for 2 years.
I know.
Or we are going to be in an open relationship whereby you can go out with anybody you like. You can do your own things. When you are with me, that's the time we are in a relationship. Once tukitoka kwa hii mlango, you can do whatever you want to do. And mtu asifeel vibaya. You should not feel bad when I go out with so and so. When you go out with so and so, you should not ask me mali penye niko, but we are
in a relationship.
We are in a relationship.
Yeah. So I feel like that's an important thing to ask.
It is because again it shows you also the position that you are. Position gani? Which position are you putting me in your life?
Yeah.
Because the way you said, probably what attracted me to you was your nyash, was your
or having
figure,
a trophy girlfriend. You see,
or exactly.
Guys want to have this person just for the show.
Yes, walk with me.
Yeah.
Kitembea na mimi huku nje, you build my self-esteem. You know, we're going with you in events and all that, parties. Yeah. So you can have that kind of a person, and there are people that are really open into those kind of a relationship. So I feel on the first date, it is very, very important to bring out those kind of things clearly, so that when you are dating, you don't want to operate in assumption. Yeah. No sooner had you started than.
And then you're like, oh, but ulisikia uliambiwa vizuri on the first date.
Exactly.
You discussed this.
So I think clarity is very, 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 very important. Yeah. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What does your work-life balance look like?
What does your work-life
balance look like?
I think this is a question that probably it invokes answers like where do you put your energy at? Unaona, are you somebody mwenye anatafuta do so much, like what is this term?
I see.
Workaholic.
Yes.
Are you a workaholic person, or are you a family person? Can you have friends time? Can you have girlfriends time? Can you have a family time? Can you work? Are you the kind of a person that you will even work till late? You know, those kind of things. And again, when we are even talking about love languages, you will find that this person that unazungumuza nae, probably her love language or his love language is quality time. But now, when you don't have that time for her or for him, it's gonna come out immediately on this first date. So for me, I feel that is a good question to ask, and it's going to like make somebody bring out those kind of answers.
I like that. It's connected. It's connected to what would you do if you had a week off?
Yeah.
You see, like work-life balance, it's have life after work. Like, don't just be what you're saying, workaholic. Don't just be so much into work and then you neglect this other side. There has to be a balance. So like when you ask someone, what did you do on your weekend off? You'll find some guys saying, oh, I'll finish up on a project, I'll do this. Then you will know that your relationship is not going to be kind of a balanced one. And then now when someone also tells you, now on my weekend off, I love to just put everything aside and give time, then you're able to tell and know, am I going to be in this relationship and compromise, or am I going to be here and really enjoy off days with this kind of person. Yeah.
But also there are some people that who really love, probably you spend much time working.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, if you are someone who travels a lot, or probably you are the president, or you are a CEO somewhere, and all that, yes, there's that time that you always spare for the family and all that. But now there's this person that, oh, you love traveling. I would really love to travel with you. I would really love to work with you in those kind of things. Yeah. So probably there are people that, again, this one is pegged on the love language of the partner that you are looking for.
Yeah. And also I think weekend off helps you know this person's hobby. So instead of asking, what are your hobbies? You can just frame it in. What do you like doing on your weekend off? Then from there you're able to like pick in. This person loves traveling, golfing,
I love swimming, I love golfing. Yeah, I love going out.
Yeah, this helps you to warm the question up so that it doesn't look like an interview.
Yeah, and don't. But let's avoid this thing of what are your hobbies.
It looks like an interview.
What are your hobbies? No, it looks more like a formal interview. Those ones to achie CV, like this is your date, you are bringing it out. So I feel, for me, yes, try to bring it in a cool way so that your partner doesn't feel scared. Yeah, so I think that's a good question to ask on your first date. Yeah,
I like this question.
Which question?
This one.
When you think of your current political events, is there something that stands out for you?
Me, Aki, by day, if you were to ask me this on our first date, I'll just pack my bags.
I assume I asked this question.
Go to the washroom, go home. Because I know
you feel it's not a good question to ask.
I feel it's a good question, but I wouldn't have answers. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. This is me. It's a good thing to ask about how someone views political environment in a specific situation, or what are your reactions about politics. And that's a good one. But what if I don't have the answers?
For me, I think this is a question that should be asked maybe when already you are in your relationship. I don't think this is a question. I don't think this is a question that should be asked on your first date.
No, if I could jam.
No, in your relationship, of course, you see you are already into a relationship.
Yeah.
And kuna ile mazoeano yenye you have. You know? So when you start asking me, are you black or white? Are you yellow or green? No. So I don't think this is a question that should be asked on the first date. However, it also shows you how your partner is informed in matters of politics, economy, how things are running in the country and all that. Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I think inaonyesha tu, like ni kitu tu ya kujaribu kuonyesha. I think unajaribu kuonyesha tu intelligence ya mtu iko wapi, how well informed this person is when it comes to the trending things. Okay. Like I think I'm always like your Google Trend, whatever, because like, you don't know anything.
I know nothing. That's why now
you don't know nothing. You don't know what is going on around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I don't feel this. It is a good question, but it's not a question that should be asked on the first date. I don't know what you think. Probably you can tell us. Yeah. When you spend time with people, how often are you the one making the plans?
I don't get that question.
When you spend time with the people, how often are you the one making the plans? Like, are you the person when you are always proactive in planning?
You're always looking for people.
Yeah, where are you guys? Let's come, let's do this. Are you that kind of a person? How often are you? Are you hands-on when it comes to that particular? Do you think it is a good question to ask on the first date?
I don't even see it as an important question to ask.
I think it is important.
Why?
Just to know if this person is going to prioritize you in terms of planning, in terms of probably you have your birthdays, you have your graduation events. How is this person going
to be involved in
your planning? Yeah, I think that's, yeah. So these are some of the things that I'm dealing with somebody that,
yeah, you get to know the person.
This is not the kind of a person that I would really love to have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because probably is not good with planning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is not hands-on, Yeah, so probably is likely to forget even our anniversary. Yes.
So
when was your wedding date? 1, 2, 3.
7.
You see, you've forgotten. So
no, but these are some of the normally plans. I'm don't normally plan things. My friends, you know me. Come fight for me. Fight for me. I'm done. These are some of the things that
you are a planner. I agree.
But dates. I'm bad with dates.
Yes,
I'm bad with dates.
yes,
I know. Yeah, it's important. It's important. And don't beat someone.
Yeah.
Like you see me nilikubali politics, mi siko poa. Kubali tu seme tu uko poa.
No, me I'm good. I remember.
But mi siko poa like political area. So you won't date me because I'm not good at current affairs?
If I am looking for someone who is
up to
date and politically whatever, then
like you're in the same space.
Yes. Okay. I don't want to be with someone that is boring.
Hey.
When you are discussing football, you want to discuss other stuffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
How well do you feel like you compromise with others? Guy.
Okay, I don't understand this question. What is it today?
How well do you feel like you compromise with others?
I don't understand.
Compromising, even in situations.
Okay.
For instance, like
how empathetic can you go?
Can
what
you
extent can
exactly
you go?
Yes.
Can
you drop a guard for some people?
Oh yeah.
Are you that type of a person that when I call you at 3, you can be like, Pap, do you have like 3,000 there? You can even go and ukope on behalf of this person so that you sort this issue at hand.
You know what that will also make you know? Will make you know the kind of person that you're dating, because there are people who really like give their all.
Yeah.
Helping a third party.
Yes.
Alafu mnabaki mko na njaa ama mnapigana
Exactly.
hapa. And you know, for them it's like they have the heart of just, they are empathetic.
You want to give.
You just want to give.
You want to be in people's situation.
Yeah. At the expense of your family or like your close people.
And it has negative and positive implications in it. Yeah, but yeah, I think for me it is a good question to ask on the first date, so that you know from onset, this is the kind of a person that I am dealing with. When I am in a situation, naweza lala njaa kwa sababu ameenda akasaidia jirani.
But also to be a good thing also on your side, because this person is able to like help you out when you are at your weakest point. At
my weakest point, he or she can pull me out. She can hold me down, you know. So these are some of the things that I think for me, I'll go with it. Yeah, I will go with it. And I will answer it with a lot of keenness.
Yeah.
Yes, with a lot of keenness. On to other question. What do you think is important for a healthy relationship? What do you think it is important for a healthy relationship?
Really?
First of all, even before we dissect into that, what is a healthy relationship?
I think a healthy relationship is where you are all okay emotionally. You're healthy emotionally, you're healthy physically, and you're healthy spiritually. It's a good question because it has also a religious aspect in it.
Okay.
So like mentally, you have this person, you have both of you dissect what is it about being mentally okay in a relationship. And here, this is where someone would want to like give your background of if they are, no, this may come later.
It may come later.
This may come later.
Yeah.
But now one needs to explain to you their perspective on their mental approach. Are they okay? How do they handle conflict? Spiritually, what are their stand on prayer? Do they believe in God? Another one is financially. How are finances? What do finance mean to you? How do you value finances? How is supposed to work out finances in a relationship? Is your money my money? Is our money our money? This is a very good one, and those are, I think, the few facets that help classify a healthy relationship.
A healthy relationship, and also it comes from a conversation from that you go from me to we.
To we,
yes,
to us,
yes, to us. Like this is our relationship. This is our money. This is how we handle conflict. This is how we work together. This is how we counsel one another.
Yeah.
So when I think it also bring out that personality of someone, and this is a kind of a person that will always want us to work as a team, and he or she is not going to make me sad intentionally, and
you always say something. Let me cut you short. I hope you remember that point. You always say something. Your happiness is my priority.
Exactly. Your happiness is my priority. And when you are happy, it means that I'm also at peace.
And
I also have and when I'm at peace, of course, I'm happy. And you can be able to do 1, 2, 3 things. Yeah. So I think this question is very, very important so that this person, his view or her view on a healthy relationship. How does it look like? How is he going to handle me? How is she going to handle me in a certain scenario, in a certain situations? So healthy relationship, it's going to be like, it's going to make both of you to thrive. So it is very, very important to ask this question on your first date, so that you know that, by the way, where I'm getting into something that is going to make me safe, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I'm going to be safe. I'm safe with you. I am safe under you. I'm safe to work with you, and I'm proud, so so for me, that's a healthy relationship. And healthy relationship doesn't mean that there's no conflict. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be adjustment. There's going to be friction,
and
but
it's okay.
But what matters most is how are you going to handle your conflicts? Are you going to be kind to your partner?
And I think we should have one episode on conflict management.
Conflict management. Of course, that's a big episode to talk about. Next question.
What is something in past relationships you needed to work on? My God, this is big.
First of all, do you think we are on our first date? It is something that we need to ask.
Well, no.
On our first date, like,
I don't think.
What is something in the past relationship that you need to work on?
I don't think it's like really a major one on the first date. I don't think it's a major one.
It can come on a subsequent date.
Yeah, or even in the relationship. Because this is something that you're posing so that it's something that, it's a journey. What is it that you saw in your past relationship that you really need to work on? And remember, this question, it's very important because it's pushing you now to look at your own red flags.
Your own red flags. You can also be toxic.
Yes, you can also be a toxic person. Who is always blaming people about their like bad behaviors and toxicity. So this question really, it's a good one, needs to be asked so that in how do you call it, retrospect, you're able to check and see, I wasn't really a good girl. This one is kufanya poa. Hapa I was struggling with this. Hapa I needed to have handled it well. And then from there you need now to like check on you and learn things.
But do you think this one, when you become like honest with this question and you become so honest with your partner, do you think it's gonna scare your partner away? Because if I say, for instance, in my past relationship, I had anger issues. I had anger issues, and I think anger issues is what made me end that relationship, or that lady or that man ended that relationship with me because of my anger issues. So I feel what I need to work on myself is anger issues. Do you think, me in my right mind, seeing you on the other side, I'll want to date you? And I know very well you have anger issues.
Well, I think we should just give grace. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. Because kumbuka hata we utanijibu hii swali at the other end.
Because this question puts you on the spot.
Yeah,
it's not the person, ex. not your ex. It's not the kind of a question whereby people will ask like, let me say, this is an obvious question that people ask. What are your body counts?
No, I don't.
In your past relationships,
people ask that.
Yeah, what are your body counts? Nataka kujua, especially Gen Z.
But why would you want to know that? It's an idea.
I don't know, but somehow these are some of the things that people ask. It is not going to change a thing because I'm not going to go on my past to change my body my body count, but these are some of the questions that people will ask. But again, it's so different with this one because now this one is putting you on spot. Like, ni nini yenye mimi binafsi, mimi kama mimi I need to work on. And that's what I'm saying, if I become honest with you, because again, if I even touched that one with the issue of body count, I can say, by the way, the reason why, the thing that I need to work on myself is to reduce my body counts. Because when I was on the other relationship, I used to look left, right, center, behind, everywhere. That was so I need an issue that you needed to work on. That is an issue that I need to work on.
Now that you're here, how are you working on it?
Now, ndio nakwambia kwamba it will not even make that person to ask you that. Already that person has seen that question in you. You know the reason why this question is important? When you are on your first date, it gives you a green light or a red light. It doesn't mean that I need to go out. Hii ni kama unajaribu kutoa vitu kwa mtu. No, it should come Day one. And if this person is honest with me, by the way, that I need to work on my anger issues, by then I'll take one step behind. For me, by then that's a red flag.
No, but I think there is grace.
There's grace, but that grace I'll give that person with my step behind. Nikimwatch from afar. Because we can even start from, now can we start as friends? We go. As I'm watching you. It's more like a control experiment because I don't want to be the person that I'm going to be a victim in that kind of a relationship. I don't want to appear in your chapter of those people that huyu nilipita naye, huyu nilimgonga, meno ikang'oka. I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be part of that story. Now that
brings me to, how far can you compromise?
How far can I compromise?
Yeah. Because now in relationships, there are people who can compromise that.
There are people, yes, they will give you that grace. Yeah. They will give you that grace. They will say, okay, fine, we're going to work. I can deal with that. Yeah, I can deal with that. There are some things that, for me, I will say, like, let me give you an example. Somebody will go for a look. You see? Me, I want nyash, I want figure, I want all those kind of things. Your personality, we'll deal with it later. I'll handle your personality. But you need to have this type of body for us to proceed. Yeah. You need to be spiritually strong for us to proceed. Yeah. If you are not spiritually strong, other things we can handle. But if you are not spiritually strong, we cannot go with this. For me. Yeah. So there are some things that can be a red flag to you.
For sure. But not red flag to
red flag to another person. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's a tough one though.
It is, but it is important to ask. But Yonasema, when somebody is honest,
you know,
it can scare someone off, but which is good. Yeah. Which is good. Run.
Because that's why you're having the dating.
Yes. Who is the person? We have like 3 questions.
Who is the person you talk to the most? Is that a good question?
Who is the person you talk to the most? Yeah. I think it also opens up. It makes this person to give you his circle.
Oh, yeah.
In a good friends, way. In a good way. I don't need to ask you, who is your best friends? Because show me your friends and I'll know the type of a person that you are. Yeah. So, who is the person that you talk
to the most? I talk to my mom.
You talk to your mom, so I'll so I'll know.
Your mom is important.
So your mom is very, very important in your life.
Your sister is important.
Your sister is important also. So your friend, and I can also go and do, even if you is your friend, I can also go and do your quick background check of your friend and see this is the person that my so and so is working with. I think I like it. I think I like him. I like character, because character is very, very important.
Let me just cut you short. I remember when you were hitting on me, you had to do like a background check also.
Yes. I had to ask church people, do you know this guy? I even had to go and ask pastor, how spiritually strong is this lady? Because I don't want just to go with a lady that doesn't know how to pray, doesn't know how to rabashaka. I know, and Bishop was telling me, this is our secretary, and I was like, okay, fine. And I used to ask boys around, and they were like, okay, this. So those background check, this question helps you to know. And it also gives you an opportunity of a second date.
Yeah. What is the best gift you've ever received? Why is this even important?
Best gift you've ever received? I don't think it is an important question to ask on the first date, but it's good to ask in your relationship. But also just to know, probably the love language, probably to know if this person is kind of a sentimental, that sentimental personality and all that.
But what if akwambie the best gift alipata ni ya ex wake? Will that affect you?
It will.
So why?
It will affect me because no, kama ni ex wake, that is the best gift yenye amewahi kupata. Ini gift gani?
Do you feel like it would make you insecure? Like say it's a car?
Of course it's gonna make me insecure. Of course, I don't want to see a car that was bought by, I will not even board that car. And that is the car that anani drop nao nyumba, fadhali nipande matu. I can, this is your ex car.
Yeah, that's the best gift I've ever gotten.
And now you are with me.
Yeah.
Why are you with me, Basi?
Maybe you tell us, guys.
You're driving me with your ex car to my apartment.
See, then you're supposed to know. You see now.
I will feel insecure.
See, then watch in the dates. Kama hizi zinakufanya na feel.
For me, that's a red flag.
Sasa tufanye, turudishe gari.
I mean, kwa kusema ukweli. Ama basi mimi nitakuwa ninajaza full tank. You know what are this?
Sad, that's a
but car you may raise. Can your ex give you a can na kitoka na kuache nayo?
Good point. By the good point.
Wengine huenda na kila kitu.
Yeah, good point.
But wengine wanakuacha nayo.
But I think this question you can ask those who are never react. Guys, clue.
Hi, for me, no.
Ask those kids.
Hey, you don't have ex. No way. You can't carry me in a red car. No.
Oh my God.
Yo Mercedes ama tutai break down.
I know.
Natoboa taya kila siku.
Tosha. We're going to the next
What was your first impression of me? For me, this question, I feel is this, like it resembles the question in Tuliza before, like what made you interested going out with me? Like, and I said this question, it will come best. You see those moments, movie moments.
Oh yeah, ndio sasa mtu amekujua, alafu aseme first impression yako ilikuwa.
There's that, or when now nimekuwalk kwa mlango. And now sasa, those are the last questions we are asking one another before tufunge. Before nikufungulie mlango anaoingia. By the way, what was your first impression of me?
Okay.
Nilikuwa na tere.
Yeah, I like that because for someone to ask that question, ameona your second beat or amekujua for a while.
Yeah.
So nakwambia my first impression was this, but this or yes, umeendelea hivyo.
Yeah. And also I think it connects with this. I think this is the last question. That what made you most excited about going out on a date with me? What made you excited? Like ni nini yenye ulipenda the most? I think these
about
are
going for a date.
I think these are the times that now muna chat, mumetoka date, and then you end up sleeping at 4 a.m. Chatting. Okay. So mulikuwa pamoja.
If it was successful.
If it was successful.
If it wasn't successful.
Because if it wasn't successful, it will not be exciting.
Yeah.
So the thing is, huyu aliuliza swali ya what made you most excited about going on a date with me? Probably I loved your vibe. Probably niliona unajua kutumia fork. You know, the people that struggle with that, the people like somebody like me mwenye nimetoka Islando, I'll struggle with
the fork and knife.
Fork and knife.
Knife inafai kwa which side?
Knife inafai kwa on your strongest hand.
Which is?
My right.
Thank you.
Hand. Then fork inafai kuwe
on the weak this other side.
So mimi when I was young, wakati yenye nilikuwa ninakula na mkono ya left, mama yangu alikuwa anapiga
mkono.
So ukipiga hii anakuambia you should not eat with this, you should eat with right. So ukipeleka hii fork na mkono ya left kwa mdomo, I feel again tena it's wrong.
Kuna trauma.
I think these are just rules.
Yeah.
See, provided there's nothing left in the plate.
Yeah.
Or
whichever means. Or
probably these are some of the things will help you when maybe you go into, you know, those kind of environment. Probably you are meeting the president, William Samoei Ruto.
Hey, you've been talking about Samoei Ruto.
Yeah, probably we're going to have a dinner with the dignitaries.
I know.
Yes.
And allow me to ask one question.
Yeah.
You can also ask what's your view on roles and chores in the house? Do you feel like that's a good question to ask on the first date?
Uniulize kana napenda kufua. Wewe basi hiyo umenidharau. That's not a question that you should. ask a man on the first date?
Spendi kufua.
Do you know how to cook chapari? No, I don't think those are some of the questions that you need to ask on. These are some of the questions that you need to ask on your when mshazoeana. By the way, unapendanga kufua? Ai, mimi kama mafua, mimi sipendi kufua, mimi sipendi kufanya hivi. Yeah, no, those kind of things. But yes,
later maybe.
Maybe later.
Yeah. Because then you need to know like what kind of relationship now you are building.
Maybe mnaenda kusaidiana kwa nyumba, kufua, kupika pamoja. Probably for me that's not romantic. Or kusaidiana pengine ni romantic. Naona, yeah.
It's a tricky one though. Who's going to pay for the bill?
Yeah,
are you supposed to go like prepared on this day?
On the first date? The person who is supposed to pay for the bills on the first date, for me, I feel, is the person that called for that date.
Okay, regardless.
Regardless. If it is the lady that called me for the first date, I feel...
They're going to come for you. They're going to come for you.
No, but mbona liniita? So for me, I feel on the first date, yeah. But a lady will call a guy on the first date.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. It happens.
For real?
Yeah.
It happens, but it happen, then end your bill on
her.
Bill on her. Yeah. Akikuita on a date, bill on her. If you take me on a date, bill on you. I'm telling you. You cannot take me on a date and then you pass me sijui hiyo inaitwaje hiyo mashini.
I know. No, but I think ukienda first date we pia kuwa nini uketuna kama umebeba so that hata both parties wako tu ready.
But again, when you go on your first date, please make sure you order a food that you know you can pay. In any case, this date ziende wrong, usiachwe hapo. So make sure kwamba you order a meal. Don't go there and you order things that you
can't afford.
Yeah. And then this guy atoke hapo kama amejam, alafu akuache na bill and you don't have. So make sure your pocket is also having enough to pay the food yenye umekula.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
think that's right.
That's it.
Go enjoy your date.
Go enjoy your date, guys.
Mark your calendars. Yes, this is going to be an interesting. So we want you to be in a relationship. Don't be in those situationship. Don't be in a contract of 2 weeks contract relationship. No.
And you can put in more questions at the comment section.
And also give us your experience on your first dates. The best gift that your ex aliwahi kukupea and you will
discuss
how.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
This is the Melo's Bed and Breakfast. Make sure you follow us on IG, X, wapi, TikTok, wapi kwingine,
Spotify.
Zote. Please listen and let's have some good time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. See you.
Bye.
When you see us. Bye bye.